Hearing personal information, that's a HIPAA violation.
Okay.
Right?
Because this is how this argument's going, and I understand what you're trying to get at, and I understand the point you're trying to make. I really do. Okay.
Okay.
Your tax dollars also go to funding the military, correct?
Yeah.
Does that mean you have access to the military bases if you are not a member? I appreciate you talking
Yeah.
to me.
I told them not to call you guys.
There was a bit of a confusion when you didn't want to talk to me the first time.
No,
I know you're doing your thing. You don't
Yeah.
have to talk to me.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to. You're not
just
committing any crimes. It's just I'm investigating what they told me.
Yeah.
Came out here.
Welcome to Mr. White, the place where real encounters between law enforcement and the people unfold before your eyes. In the scorching 100-degree heat of Arizona's desert, where freedom and authority constantly clash, one citizen brought the system to a standstill. In under 30 minutes, two intense audits unfolded at two high-stakes locations, a COVID-19 testing site in the city of Peoria, and a medical marijuana dispensary in Maricopa County, the most populated county in the entire state with over 4 million residents. The man behind the camera wasn't a lawyer, he didn't flash an ID, he was an ordinary citizen. From the channel trot golfer, armed with a camera and a rock-solid understanding of the First Amendment. Alone on the street, he faced down medical staff, business managers, and even a sheriff's deputy to challenge the line between law and emotion. These weren't just audits, they were high-stakes constitutional stress tests, exposing the tension between civil rights, overreach, and the silent power of knowing your rights. If you want to see how one citizen made the system stop and listen, this is the video you need to watch. Make sure to visit the original footage on Trot Golfer's channel, and don't forget to subscribe to Mr. White, turn on notifications, and drop a W in the comments to let us know you're still standing for freedom.
Now, like,
Alright. So, the business here is calling in because I guess you're asking their patients' info. Like,
oh, I'm just asking them questions. I go, do you want to answer a few questions? And they say yes, and I go.
So you're asking the people, is it okay if
Yeah, they roll their window down. They look at me. I say hi. I go, do you have time for a couple questions?
Gotcha. Okay.
So, as far as I understand, we're on city property. It's open to the public. Unless they build a wall up and they want their privacy, they get none.
Well,
and
let me correct you on that a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. They are a medical company that's providing some type of medical care for people. Okay.
Correct.
So, if you get close up and hearing personal information, that's a HIPAA violation.
Okay.
Right.
So what? How long can I spend in jail for a HIPAA violation?
That's not for me to determine, man.
Okay. So there's.
I'm not here. Hold on, sir. I'm talking to you respectfully.
Yeah. No,
I'm trying to figure this out, right?
Yeah.
They want you trespassed.
Okay.
They don't want you near their little area.
Yeah.
They said that they rent where those boxes are and the cars are.
Yep.
All the way back to where these little cones are. That's their little area.
Okay.
All right. Plus the parking area.
Okay.
So that's what they rent. They are a company. They technically can trespass people. All right. So I'm asking you kindly if you could just stay away from their business.
Okay.
If you want to record from a distance, you can.
No,
I don't.
I mean, honestly, like, if you guys are law enforcement, right? So let's just say they do rent this area out. They need to put up rope, barricades. Well, show me their lines.
They don't. They don't need to do that.
Kane, what's your badge number?
They don't need to do that.
Kane, what's your
I'm not
badge
gonna
number?
argue
You're
that.
lying right now because your eyes are closed. I can tell. You are. You don't
I
know.
feel like arguing with you.
You're not
I'm
gonna.
in the mood to argue with you.
There's no argument. So there's
Right.
law enforcement and
Well,
there's
you're
feelings
trying
enforcement.
to tell us what is the law.
Well,
okay?
what is the law?
The law is that they have rented out this space and they are allowed to trespass people from that.
Okay,
space.
so they rented out my space. This is my space.
It's the city space.
Correct. Who owns it? Who owns this space?
The city of Peoria.
Which is the people. I'm the city of Peoria.
Yes.
So this is my space. They
But they have rented it out. So
That's fine.
therefore,
That's fine.
This is still something you can go
So
on.
show me their area they rented out. That's all I'm asking.
You just pointed out.
I just explained it to you.
No, I know, but you said that parking lot and over here.
They got a
and,
permit to be here, right?
Yeah, right.
She just talked to me. An employee from the company just told me what they rented.
Yeah, you're law enforcement.
Okay.
I want specifics.
I just told you.
What's the specifics?
So stay away from where their patients are.
So what
all
if
the
I?
way to where these
So what
cones
if
are.
I get on the other side of that curb, right next to the rocks, which is closer than where I was at before? That would be city property, not on their rented space, and I'm closer than I was before.
This lot goes to the sidewalk. So if you're on the sidewalk, completely fine. If you want to holler,
The other thing, sir, too, is if you're hearing would you want, I don't know if you have a family or not, if your family is trying to get medical treatment,
Yeah.
would you want your family being recorded by some individual of all their personal information, date of birth, address, what they're here for?
If I was on public property and that was happening, that situation, sure, fine.
Okay.
I understand the law. They're on my property.
Okay.
They're doing a test that I paid for. I paid for that test. You've paid for that test. We've all paid for that test right there.
Okay.
No one's paying for that test but tax dollars of us.
We're not arguing that.
So I have a right to know what my tax dollars is doing. As close as I can get or not, they can rent it out. But that's my property.
Well, you've already figured out what they're doing.
No, I know what they're doing.
COVID testing.
Yeah.
Hear me out, because this is how this argument's going, and I understand what you're trying to get at, and I understand the point you're trying to make. I really do. Okay. Your tax dollars also go to funding the military, correct?
Yeah.
Does that mean you have access to the military bases if you are not a member of the military?
No, you know why?
No.
They have restriction signs.
And so do they.
No, they
They just
don't.
put that up.
They have no. There's. Show me a restriction sign.
Not a sign. They just told
Show
you
me.
they don't want you here.
No,
That is their restriction to you.
But no, that is not. That's
It is.
It's not.
It is, dude.
No,
I'm
it's
not
not.
trying to-
No, no.
I'm
See,
trying
I
to
could.
give you
I
a
could.
hard time.
Look, I have a family to go back to. This is
then go back to
fun.
your family.
No, but in my younger days, I'd walk right over there, and you guys would probably do nothing at this point. You can't do anything. But I'm not going to risk that. I'm not going to risk getting, you know, I mean, you can trespass me from public property, kind of, but not really. I mean, that would be going against my First Amendment rights.
It would not. It would not.
You would
They are
probably
in business.
lose
They are allowed to trespass you.
You would probably lose qualified immunity at that point.
No,
All
that
right.
would
If
have
you want,
nothing to do with qualified
you know what? We don't need to go down that road. If you want to,
But
you
I
wanna
could.
fight that-
But I
is that
could.
the battle you want to fight today?
But yeah, I mean, like, why not? Like, why are we living? This is
Dude,
why.
you're arguing some.
Why are we
some
living?
pretty big topics, huh?
Well, it's
I don't
either law or
disagree-
feelings.
I don't disagree with what your feelings are towards things about your tax dollars and you want to have the right to know and all that stuff. Don't disagree with that at all.
I mean,
hey,
they can rent it all they want.
What was your name? I'm sorry, my name's Mike.
I-
What was your name?
I'm not gonna give it now.
Sir, sir, fine.
It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Sir.
Big Red.
All right. Big Red.
Big Red. I like that.
You can't be there. You already explained to you. This is where their rental space ends. They rented out this portion of the parking lot to the end there. There are signs that say COVID testing and everything else around there. They don't want you over there. They don't want you speaking with the patients. They don't want you going up asking them for interviews. All right? Please respect their wishes.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I understand it's tough.
It's tough. It's tough.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
we're
not
mean,
gonna go back and forth with you, man. You know
No,
what?
I know, you're not.
If we leave and we get another call for you again, and they told you that you can't be there, you can't be on the area that they rented,
Yep.
and they find that you've done that, we're gonna be having another conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all we will have is a conversation.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
I'm trying to be respectful.
No, you guys are fine. You guys are totally
Trying to be
fine.
respectful.
You guys are just trying your best. You're doing fine. But, you know, do I find it lawful? No. I mean, I'll go down to where that, their little hut ends down there. You see that?
I don't
the
care
gray?
where you are, as long as it is not.
So
their
you
little
don't
rented
care if I ask
area.
anybody any questions over on that side?
If people are willing to stop their vehicle and talk with you,
Yeah.
I guess that's their prerogative, right?
Okay.
But again, they are renting all the way through where the trees are in that dumpster. That is what they've rented. From there all the way to the parking lot over to here.
Okay.
That's their rented area.
Can you show me that, like legally, like somehow?
I just did.
I know, I
The
no.
Connex box
Yeah,
right
but
here?
you can't just make it up. I need proof. Like, can I request this information?
I'm not going to show you.
Does the city of Peoria have this
I'm
information?
going to take the word from the individual that came up and spoke with us.
All right. Can you get who's a sergeant? You got a sergeant?
Yep.
Who's a sergeant?
False.
Where's he at?
No idea.
in the
Out
city
he
somewhere.
wants, so I don't know.
Okay. Can you get him on the horn and see if you guys have that information? Because you don't have it. You don't have it. He doesn't have it. I need to know the area they rented.
We just told you.
No, that you just made it up. You have no proof.
She told us.
No, she doesn't know. You didn't talk to her. She called, and you came. You know, I came over.
correct.
Right. So,
She
do
came
they
over
have the
and talked to
paperwork?
us before we came and talked to you.
Does the city have it? Can I go and request it from the
City
city?
probably has it somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably on, if they're renting a space, it's on file somewhere. Yeah.
There'll be a contract somewhere.
Of course.
I mean, do they have it like roped off to like they have so many parking spaces?
I
And
have no idea.
that's what I'm asking.
The word of what the employee told me.
Yeah, but
All right.
but they don't know. They just want me out of here because I'm being a human being and asking questions.
That employee, she's called her boss, and her boss explained things to her. That is why I'm here.
So on hearsay, that is what we're at. We're at that. Would you agree that that's true or not true?
It's not hearsay, okay? I have an employee of a company telling me.
Is that like swatting somebody? You know what swatting is?
Yes, I know what swatting.
Swatting's
I'm not going to have this conversation with you.
No,
I don't know why you're going down that path. This
Yeah,
has nothing to do with what I'm talking
but
about.
if I call and I, give you the whole
He's
thing.
already
and
kind of talked to you. We're going to drive away.
Okay.
In the city of Peoria, under the dry, scorching heat of southern Arizona, where every inch of public land belongs to the people, a tense 20-minute standoff exposed the fragile line between civil rights and personal discomfort. At a mobile COVID-19 testing site set up in a city-owned parking lot, a citizen from the Channel Trot golfer asked a seemingly simple question: who truly owns this space? With no barriers, no restricted access signs, and no rental documents provided by police, every demand to leave became nothing more than emotional persuasion. Here's the takeaway: if you're standing on public property with no posted restrictions, there's no lawful reason for you to be removed. Stay calm, ask for proof, do not provide ID unless there's reasonable suspicion, and always keep your camera rolling. Remember, feelings do not override the Constitution. Now we move to the second video. At a dispensary deep in the heart of densely populated Maricopa County, home to over 4 million residents, a citizen chose silence when confronted by law enforcement and still managed to force them to confront the truth about the law. This is something you do not want to miss.
So they felt a little uncomfortable that there was someone outside recording them.
Okay.
Sorry. If you wouldn't mind not recording the patients, we'd appreciate it.
Well, I'm gonna be right here.
Okay, just don't record, okay?
No, I'm gonna record.
Why? What's the problem?
Oh, there's no problems at all.
Well, the people that are being recorded don't want to be recorded, and they've asked. So if you just move down a little bit, that would be fine. We just want license plates and things being recorded, that's all.
I'll be right here.
Okay, well, maybe we can go get them.
What's that? I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Are you okay with getting a 50 back for the $50
We had 3 complaints now, and the owner has asked me to move down a bit, or she's going to call for trespassing.
Where am I trespassing?
Because you're recording our patients and they don't want to be recorded. They've asked.
Yeah, how's that trespassing?
Well, because you're in front of the building and you're staying in front of our business.
You know where I'm at?
Yeah, you're on the sidewalk.
So what is the
mostly.
sidewalk?
But you're recording the building. They don't want to be recorded. If you're not going to move on, then we're going to make talk.
Are you a manager here?
I'm supervisor.
Supervisor? You should probably learn the law
Okay.
before you call resources that are not
When
needed.
people do not want to be recorded.
That's not my issue. Build a wall up.
But why do you want to stand here and record them?
Because I can. Are you calling the cops? Are you going to call the sheriff? Hey, I'm not gonna get your license plate or anything. I'm here to teach them about the law. The law.
Good morning. How are you doing? Can you hear me okay with your headphones in? Okay. My name's Deputy Simonson with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. The reason I got called out here, the dispensary here and the managers inside, they're having an issue with you filming due to HIPAA laws because some of the patients that come here are protected by HIPAA. and the customers of the dispensary are really uncomfortable with being filmed as they go through the parking lot here. I understand you're on public property. It's not private property. You're not on their property or anything like that. But due to the issue with the HIPAA violations and stuff like that, they're asking that you move along and stop filming their customers at the dispensary, okay? Do you have any questions on that? Okay, is there any issue you have with that, or any reason in particular you're out here? Are you threatened by anybody, or is there any other issue like that? No? Were you yelling and screaming at any customers or anything like that? Sir, were you yelling and screaming at anybody today? Can you still hear me? I don't know if you turned your headphones on or off. Sir, the issue that they're having with you filming here is because some of these people are medical patients. So it's a HIPAA violation for you to be filming them as they're getting their medication. Do you have any questions on that or any issues with that?
Was it Zimmerman? Is that what it is?
Sorry?
What's the last name?
My last name?
Yeah.
I'm Deputy Simonson with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
Simonson.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. And just like I was telling them...
You get educated?
Sorry?
You get educated?
Did I get educated?
Yeah.
So I'm going to come over here and talk to you the same way I talk to them. Obviously, you're on private or public property. Like I told you the first time I came up, you didn't, as far as I know, you didn't go inside their business or on their private property. So you're just filming out here.
Did you use the HIPAA thing just for the hell of it? Or?
Did I use the HIPAA thing just for the hell of it?
Yeah.
That's what they told me inside.
Yeah. So you should study up on that before you start spouting what idiots say. You know.
Okay. Well,
I mean, this just in the future.
So they're telling me that you're yelling and screaming at them.
Oh no.
So I'm getting all the information.
But even honestly, even if I was yelling and screaming at them, like if I'm on this, that's first. I mean, that's my freedom of speech, man.
Okay. But if it causes a disturbance to their business, that's the sort of conduct.
Yeah. It's. I mean, yeah, you could.
I mean,
you
I understand.
I understand
You're out
want
here, you're riding your bike, you got your shoes on, you're clipped in,
Yeah.
you're good to go, you're out here exercising, doing fitness, practicing your right, filming whatever you want to film.
Yeah.
Their concern was, they said that the customers were calling through the window
honestly,
saying this is a
that's why I'm out here. I'm not here to educate them on how close they are to the public property. Let's just say that.
How close they are to public property?
Public property.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And if they have issues with, if patients have issues with all that, they should, you know, invest in a wall or something, or, you know. So I'm just educating today.
Like I told them, it's no different than you sitting outside of a Walgreens. Not everybody that goes in there is getting prescription medication. Whatever's going on in there.
Yeah,
it's a private business. You're on the sidewalk. It's
you should really study up on that.
Okay, as far as HIPAA laws go, I understand that's not something that I'm terribly.
Because the only one that can actually break the HIPAA law is the provider.
The people that are safeguarding that information.
I can't.
You don't know who's a patient, who's not a patient.
So if I somehow pick up something on their intercom or some paperwork, that's on them, not me.
I understand.
So just, you're cool, man.
Okay, I appreciate you talking to me.
I told them not to call you guys.
There was a bit of a confusion when you didn't want to talk to me the first time. I know you're doing your thing. You don't have to talk to me.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to. You're not committing any crimes. It's just I'm investigating what they told me.
Yeah.
Came out here to try to get your side of the story. So.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you as well. Like I said, it is private property, so please refrain from going into that.
I'm not going on their property.
Okay. Well, good. Yep. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you for watching this video all the way through on Mr. White's channel. In public spaces that seem ordinary, a sidewalk outside a COVID-19 testing site in Peoria, or the entrance to a dispensary in Maricopa, Arizona's most populated county with over 4 million residents, your civil rights can still be challenged at any moment. Under the blistering sun of the American Southwest, 2 ordinary citizens stood their ground in 2 very different encounters with law enforcement, each delivering a powerful lesson. In Peoria, a single question about who truly controls controls public land left officers scrambling for answers, unable to prove where private use began or ended. In Maricopa, silence spoke louder than words, as one citizen chose not to engage verbally, yet still compelled the sheriff's deputy to admit that filming in public is fully protected under the law. So what's the takeaway? If you are standing on public property with no posted restrictions and no reasonable suspicion, you have every right to be there. Stay calm, do not hand over your ID, keep recording, ask for proof, and remember, the First Amendment is not something you ask permission to use. It is a constitutional right that demands protection, not approval. If you believe freedom must be defended through knowledge and action, subscribe to Mr. White right now and drop a W in the comments. We'll keep bringing you real stories, real lessons, and the truth about your rights.